What's going on, everyone? This is ZERQ here, bringing you a Fallout Shelter setup guide. And first you gotta do is choose your vault number. Just since it's easy, let's just go with 999. It's gonna add that into the little vault there. Nice little addition. So if you guys haven't played Fallout, I got a lot of information that'll be helpful to you, but most of you guys have. It's gonna be kind of based on the same realm and world of the game, which is awesome. So if you haven't played it, make sure you try it out. Fallout 4 was just announced. I'm assuming you guys have heard that already. Anyways, I learned a lot about this game over the past 2 days now, and I'm kind of going to break down what you need to know, because I totally and completely killed everyone pretty much in my first one. I had to clean up all the dead bodies. So mistakes can be made, and they were made. So I encourage you to not do those and to learn from my mistakes. So let's go ahead and get started. So the start is probably the most important part of this game, mainly because it can affect the rest of your game and how quickly you can get off the ground, because you really need to get a pretty good size of buildings or rooms together anyways in order to do well. So you're the overseer. We're going to go ahead and build, and it's going to start you off with your power, which is the most important part. Building your power will light all your buildings, all the little rooms, and you want to keep that always running, because if you don't, then it'll shut off other buildings and they won't be able to produce. So it's the most important one. And then there's like a nuclear power generator that you can get later on. Yes, I see the dweller. Okay, so anyways, these people come up from outside, mostly just at the beginning, just so you can get started. You grab them. If you'll notice, they got a they'll have a stat on there for special, kind of like in the game. Strength, perception, intelligence, charisma, agility, or something like that. Anyways, okay, so got my little peeps inside. Alright. They're gonna have me rush this. There's 3 bars on the top. We'll talk about rushing in a second. And basically, those are your bars for food, water, and electricity in order to keep all your people happy. So we'll talk about pitfalls later on in another episode. We got to build a diner real quick so everybody can eat. And if you kind of build everything with some foresight to it, you want to build them so that they can go up to the maximum size, which is 3, and they'll be very productive. So you don't want to build them right next to each other one by one. They want me to build a water treatment plant. I really don't want to build that. I want to build... Won't let me... Let's build it right there first. Okay. So usually they kind of force you to do a bunch of crap at the beginning that you don't want to do. Like build extra buildings next to each other. But you can always destroy them later on if you want, which I did on my other account. So this one is... She's just really high in charisma, so she'd be good for making babies real quick. But she's pretty good. Special intelligence and agility. So she can do... See, if you drag it over, you got a 1 and a 2 in her stats. So you can kind of see what her actual stats are. And then this person, it looks like they've got 2s and then some 1s, so she'd be fine. Okay. And let's see this guy. Person. 2, 2, negative 1. So... yeah, it doesn't really matter. Okay. And this person... oh, 5. Perfect for that one. On the small rooms, and for every time you add an extra room, you can add 2 people. So you can have up to 6 people in a big building, a big facility. So let's go ahead and collect our stuff. This is where you get all of your advancements in the game. Successfully rush 1 room. The lunch boxes are the best thing to get. So let's go ahead and rush a room. A little risky, 39%. Failed. Okay, so now you get to see what happens when you fail. Room catches on fire, or rad roaches come out, and they'll bite you, and you need a gun to fight them off. You can fight them off with your fist, but it's going to be kind of really slow. But a gun will take care of them pretty quick. The bigger the room, the more that will come out, and the more fire that will happen. That's not a good one to rush. Let's rush one that has a low percentage. 30%. Looks about the best we got. Okay, so now we got a lunchbox. Let's go ahead. This is where you get all of your really good stuff that'll help you get pretty far in the game. Let's go ahead and open the lunchbox up here on the top and see what we get. So we get 100 caps, 50 water, some sleepwear, and blue. I think they're like color coded, like yellow is like legendary and blue is like rare. I guess like white and green or something like that for the other ones. They're kind of, sort of done like that. If you go and you look at the, if you go and look your outfits area, you'll see that they'll have like a different like symbol behind them, just kind of showing you how rare they are. The closer to the end, the rarer they are. You'll see they'll be yellow. I'll show you some of my other ones. Okay, so now that we've gotten that done, we're finally free. We can do whatever we want. The most important thing to do is to build the electricity first, then food and water, and then housing. Right now, you're plenty good. You're at 7 and 8. You don't need to, well, it's about to be full. But you don't need to upgrade your actual living quarters until you actually hit that amount. So I'd suggest that you don't ever overbuild. That's just stupid because it'll cause you a lot of problems, and I learned that at the very beginning. It's not good to just build whatever you want. Put them up here. So you need to go ahead and kind of think about how you want to build stuff. So what I would suggest is building 3 out with the power station right here, the power generator. Building that 3 out. So let's go ahead. I think we have enough to build a little bit, so we'll build. And you'll see that it combines the rooms if they're on the same level. If they're not on the same level, it won't combine the rooms, and you'll have to get up to the same level until it can combine. So that's kind of the basics. So I'm gonna go ahead and build it all the way out. The bigger the room, the more energy it's gonna consume, but it's okay when it's the power building room. But see, now on the bottom left you'll get 34 electricity, and I haven't even upgraded it. And what I found also is upgrading the whole room when it's all together is cheaper than upgrading each of the rooms individually. So it's much better to make the rooms bigger first and then upgrade them, so you don't spend as much in caps. So make sure you guys are doing that first. You're building the big room and then you're upgrading. You just destroy rocks. You can go all the way down and destroy all these rocks. But I would suggest make sure you get those together as much as possible. 3 rooms. So you can go 3 rooms left, 3 rooms right, and then 2 additional ones on the right. So I'd probably leave the right side open for your skill building rooms, because you won't necessarily need them to be 3 long, just because that's more for more people to get in there, really. So it doesn't really matter until later on. So I would probably suggest just doing that. So we're gonna go ahead, since I have somebody sitting outside, we're gonna go ahead and build another living quarter. Okay, and we'll get them placed inside the living quarter real quick. And there we go. More stuff to open. Go ahead and check it out. Alright, some stim packs. Stim packs is your health. Then you also have the radiation that you got to worry about. We got 500, so I can build a lot. So I'm going to build a couple more things for you guys, just to kind of show you just some basic building. So I kind of figured this out later on. I almost don't want to continue with the elevators going down on that side, mainly for the purpose that the raiders, when they come in, they bust in through the top left. They're gonna go down the elevator, and well, first they'll go into the living quarter, but then they're gonna go down the elevator, and they could kind of end up on either side, and they're just gonna keep going down. So it's almost nice if you just put one down here, and you see it'll build 2, and then you can build the other direction, and then just not build one right there. And you can kind of mess around with the elevators however you'd like to put them in, but that's just my personal preference, just because I noticed the raiders are always kind of going everywhere. So that's it for the setup. Basically, you're just going to keep going with that. There's lots of different stuff that I'll cover in upcoming videos. and we'll get started with some more really soon. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you like and subscribe and check out some of my other videos. And